Good afternoon YouTube, X-File 2708 back again with another video. Got some movie pickups today guys, so this is combination of trips out to a couple of local towns. Primarily myself and the girlfriend went out late last week, managed to get some decent bits from charity shops and from a local CEX, but one that's a little bit further afield and I haven't been to probably for 10 years or so now, something like that. So I did what I usually do, had a look on the app, cherry picked some titles that I was after, fingers crossed. Then when we went across, they'd still got them in there, so I managed to get a nice little haul from there. And then myself and Ghost Lou went out yesterday, so again a few pickups from a local charity shop. Not charity shop, CEX even, and cash generators as well. So we'll do the cash generators pickup first because that's the big ass item that's sat next to me at the minute. So I'll get that one out the way with first. Absolutely awesome display piece for here in the movie room, and it is. If I can fit it all on. There we go. How cool is that? So this was in a local cash converters that myself and the girlfriend went into tail end of last week. You can see underneath there it's the special edition box set, and it's obviously Hannibal with Anthony Hopkins. Now this includes the original VHS, the soundtrack CD, and a book all about the film as well. So if I can get these out and show you. But yeah, I thought this would be a really nice display piece for here in the movie room. So literally $7.99. Obviously, I can't do anything with the VHS, but for a display piece, it will look superb. So this is the book that you get with it. So nice chunky book, as you can see. So apologies for the ring light glare there. And let's have a look. Basically, I don't know actually. I don't know exactly what the book is. It looks as though it's some kind of journal. Journal entry, an opera, an execution, and a timely exit. I haven't got a clue, but it's very much, say, not really artwork from the film or anything, but all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's basically entitled The Hannibal Journal by I nearly said Rolf Harris then, bloody hell, that will get me in trouble, by Rob Harris. So that's front of the book, and then there we go. You might be able to pause that and read what that says, but yeah, The Hannibal Journal by Rob Harris. And we then have the original soundtrack CD. There we go. So all of these absolutely pristine condition as well. And then, if I can get it out without destroying the inner casing. There we go. And then we've got the VHS of the original film. So I'm a massive fan of the Hannibal movie, obviously the original with Anthony Hopkins. I do like was it Hannibal Rising, and I think there's another one after that, and there's a prequel to it as well. I can't remember, but I'm sure there's 4 in the series, but obviously this is the original widescreen VHS with Anthony Hopkins and Julianne Moore. So, directed by Ridley Scott. So yeah, $7.99 for that. So Can't say I've ever seen one of those in the wild before. So I used to have the Exorcist VHS box set, but again, same as everything with my physical media collection, it all got cleared out a couple of years ago, you know, and I'm just slowly chipping away, getting stuff back again. So that was the first one, guys. So Cash Converters, $7.99, so absolute steal. Super happy with that. So big pile of Blu-rays and DVDs next to me, so grab yourselves a cuppa, guys, and I'll show. I think most of this is going to be horror, but there's the odd title in there that isn't horror that I've picked up. So first one, guys, there we go. We have Rush. So I wanted to re-pick this one up for quite some time now. Love my drive-in films, documentaries, etc. I've got over there Senna. Absolutely love that one. Still need to pick up Ford versus Ferrari, and I still need to see the latest Ferrari film. So that was Rush for just £1. So before filming this, actually, I was watching what was it? It was Beekeeper with Jason Statham. So that's a film that I'd wanted to watch for some time. So it was on my Fire Stick 4K. So started to watch it, an hour and a half. Typical Jason Statham action film, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it, but my Fire Stick kept buffering. So I don't know if it was a problem with the servers. I did switch VPNs off and on, switched to different VPNs, rebooted the Fire Stick. But, you know, to watch an hour and a half film on my Fire Stick, it took me over 2 hours in the end because of the constant pissing about with it, buffering, etc. So I said to the girlfriend, I said that reaffirms my decision to get back collecting physical media again, because I really don't want that chew on every single time I want to watch a film. So but yeah, that was that. But yeah, if you haven't seen Beekeeper, guys, and you don't mind Jason Statham action films, wholeheartedly recommend it. Probably one I'll pick up on Blu-ray once it, you know, drops in price in the local CXs. One of those typical Jason Statham films where you can switch your brain off for an hour and a half, and you know what you're going to get with Jason Statham. But you know, for what it was, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So next up we have, there we go, nice creepy looking film, this one. Never seen it before. So this is a CX grab. You can see there, £2. I did watch a trailer for this. I think the girlfriend sent me a link to one of these trashy horror Facebook pages. Probably, I don't know, mid last week, something like that, and it was for Jack in the Box 2. And I'd actually literally just gone through the CX list, seen under the horror genre for DVDs that they've got this one cheap, and I watched the trailer for it. Looks creepy as fuck, so right up my street. So I had to grab that for £2 English. So I shall let you know what it's like once I've watched it, and if anyone has seen it, then let me know in the comments. So it actually says there, Jack in the Box gives Annabelle a run for her money. More terrifying than Pennywise, more dangerous than Joker, a new horror icon is born. So there we go, some bold statements, so we shall see. Next up, one of my favourite horror directors. I did, when I had my decent collection a couple of years ago, I did have all of these classics by this director. Slowly getting them all back again. This was one that I needed to tick off the list, and it is Cat o' Nine Tails, so by Dario Argento. So I'm trying to pick up as many of the Dario Argento films that I had a couple of years ago back again. So yeah, this was one of the ones that I needed. So Arrow release, so you know it's going to be an excellent release. And it's a brand new 4K restoration of the film from the original camera negative. New audio commentaries, script pages for the lost original ending, original Italian and international theatrical trailers, reversible sleeve featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Candice Tripp. So it is the special edition apparently. So the one that I used to have was the 4K special edition box set, but say I'm looking at getting these on regular Blu-ray where I can, and then later on down the line I'll upgrade them to the 4K goodness. So for now that one will do me nicely in the collection. Right, next up, talking of Dario Argento. There you go. I couldn't have planned that any better, could I? So, there we go. We have a bit of Suspiria. So, probably one of my favourite Dario Argento movies, this one. And I did enjoy the remake as well. So, if anyone's seen the remake that I think came out a few years ago, and if you haven't seen it and you're on the fence, then I wholeheartedly recommend it. But yeah, this is the DVD Blu-ray dual edition by Cult Films. Again, 4K restoration. Special features. Far too tiny writing. I'm still not wearing my glasses, so your guess is as good as mine. So there we go. We have Suspiria. I will surprise you one day, and I will start doing one of these videos wearing my glasses. So then I can actually read the back of the boxes and tell you what the fook is going on. Right, this one. This was a Blu-ray that I picked up in the same cash converters as the Hannibal VHS collector's box set. Unlike some of the cash converters local or more closer to where we are, this particular cash converters, their Blu-ray and game prices are pretty much CEX prices or even more expensive. So although they had a really nice selection of 4Ks and Blu-rays, most of them, like I say, more expensive than CEX, so I left them on the shelf. But this one was £3, and it is the absolutely superb movie, A Nightcrawler. So probably going to rewatch this one tonight. So massive fan of this one with, what's his name, Jake Gyllenhaal in it. Really good thriller. Again, if you haven't seen it, I'd probably rate it a good 7.5, 8 out of 10 maybe. One I thoroughly enjoy. And I've rewatched it several times over the years, and it's not one that I tire of rewatching. And can see the price. I don't know if the glare's gonna. There you go, £3 for that one. So I figured that was a good price, and we have a bit of slippy action. So there we go. So that was Nightcrawler. Next up, I've got a couple of these on the shelves behind me. So those of you that are a bit more observant, you'll probably notice the shelves are a little bit different from the last video. So I've compressed the shelves up, closing up the bigger gaps, and I've measured, and I can fit an extra two shelves into that Billy bookcase. So yeah, I've compressed it all, and yeah, room for another 100 plus DVDs and Blu-rays as and when I need it. So this one is, there we go, Amityville II. So the original Amityville horror being one of my all-time favourite horrors from, was it 1979, I think it was. Not too bad, Amityville 2. One I've not rewatched in years. So again, it was £1.50, so figured that was cheap enough to pick it up on DVD and give it another watch. So there we go. Amityville II, The Possession. Next up, another one for my world cinema shelf. So going through, picking up a lot of the Japanese, Asian horrors that I had all those years ago, and I had to grab, there we go, the original Grudge. So I have got the American remake and the follow-up to it on the shelves behind, but yeah, can't beat the original Japanese version. So that's, I think, the Grudge, and I've got the original Ring on my world cinema shelf, which I've got to the left of where I'm sitting. So once I start chipping away, I think I've maybe only got, I don't know, maybe a dozen to 15 titles there at the minute. But as and when, you know, I start to get a decent collection together, then I will do a separate video showcasing all of the titles that I've got in that collection. So there we go, the Grudge, and that one was £2. So quite happy with that one. Next up, one of my all-time modern-day favourite non-horror films. Absolutely love this one. It was in a charity shop that myself and the girlfriend went to tail end of last week. It is only DVD, but I thought, well, I'll pick it up for the collection, and then later on down the line, as and when I can grab it, then I'll either grab it on Blu-ray or 4K, depending on the pricing. And it is Baby Driver. Absolutely superb movie. Honestly, like I say, one of my all-time favourite modern-day non-horrors. So if you haven't seen it, guys, you're missing out on an absolute gem of a movie. So wholeheartedly recommend checking it out. And the soundtrack on it as well. I do need to pick up the soundtrack CD for it as and when I can. So the absolutely superb Baby Driver. Right, we're getting there, guys. Next up, this was in, I think it was the local, well, not local, in the British Art Foundation that myself and the girlfriend were a bit further afield visiting tail end of last week. So we have Unbreakable, film that I haven't seen yet. So I was talking to Ghost Lou about these the other day. This is it's a trilogy of films, this one, with there's Unbreakable, Glass and Split. Now, I've only ever seen Split. Absolutely amazing film. Love Split. Ghost Lou actually has seen all three and really enjoyed them. So I am looking at getting all three back into the collection again, and finally getting round to first time watches of Unbreakable and Glass. So this has got, what is it, Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson in, and it's the 2-disc collector's edition. And as you can see from the price in the corner, 3 for £1. So literally just over 30p for the 2-disc collector's edition. So really looking forward to finally checking that one out. Next up, spookily, my good friend Eddie Rollercore mentioned this one in his latest pickups video, which I think he put up last night, but I watched this morning, and it is Triangle. So very obscure film, this one. It's one I used to have on Blu-ray. Only ever seen it once, but yeah, it's a really weird film with a really good twist at the end. One of those, like I say, that's very bizarre, but I have only watched it once, so it might make a little bit more sense, or no more sense at all on a second watch. So I thought, yeah, I'll pick that one up again, DVD for now, and I'll grab it on Blu-ray later on down the line when I can. So there we go, that's Triangle with the lovely Melissa George in. So that's that one. Next up, a film, again, I've only ever seen once, but so many people absolutely rave about this one. Now, I haven't seen it for donkey's years. And the first and only time that I watched it, I thought, yeah, it was all right, but I don't recall it blowing me away as much as some people rave about it. And it is Leon. So again, it was in the £3 for £1, so I thought, right, let's pick it up and we'll give it a second watch and see if I gravitate more towards it on a second watch compared to how things were originally. So there we go. Any fans of Leon, again, let me know in the comments, guys. Another one that I'm looking forward to rewatching shortly. So there we go. There's Leon. Right, and then the last one from, I think, let me double check me piles, as they say. Yeah, this was the last one from the trip out with myself and the girlfriend late last week. It's an ultimate horror collection, and I use the term ultimate very, very loosely. I've got a feeling it's going to be a crock of shit, but it was £1, so I figured I'd pick it up for shits and giggles. So it's got 3 films on it. So it's got The Culling, Treehouse, and Hooked Up. So I think I've got Hooked Up on DVD already on the unit behind. I don't recall seeing Treehouse and The Culling before. So, oh, excuse me, that's dinner repeating on me as usual. So there we go. But yeah, if anyone's seen Treehouse or The Culling, I'm not expecting too much, but yeah, let me know in the comments what your thoughts were. But say for £1 for 3 films, and they are actually 3 separate discs as well. So for £1, can't go wrong. It's one for the collection. So there we go. That was that one. Right, let's go next for, these were CEX pickups last week. So again, looking to regrab all of these on probably Blu-ray where I can. Not massively expensive, most of them, to pick up now. So we have the original Conjuring. So obviously you've got the Conjuring universe, which is obviously more than just the 3 Conjuring films. You've got the likes of, dare I say it, The Nun 1 and 2, not a fan of. Curse of La Llorona, or however it's pronounced. You've got the Annabelle movies. They all form part of this Conjuring universe. But for now, I'm looking at picking up the original Conjuring trilogy of films where I can. So £2 for this original one, no brainer. Absolutely love this one. Really good film to put on of an evening. Switch the lights off, close the curtains, whack the soundbar up, and enjoy it for what it is. So big fan of these 3 Conjuring movies. More so 1 and 2. Third one's not too bad, but say 1 and 2 are my favourites. So there we go. That's the Conjuring back in the collection. And then 3 DVDs. Could not pass up the Devil's Rejects. Obviously Rob Zombie for £1.50. One of my all-time favourites. This one. Love Devil's Rejects. Love House of a Thousand Corpses. Third one in the series, was it 3 from Hell? I don't talk about that one. Not a fan of that one at all. Although obviously we did get a little appearance from Sid Haig. Rest in peace. Absolutely gutted when he passed away. Obviously Captain Spaulding. So absolutely legendary character. But House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects, both superb films. So again, I will look to grab them on Blu-ray as and when I can at a decent price. But for now, at £1.50, this one was definitely getting added into the collection. So there we go, Devil's Rejects. And then we have Halloween 2. So £3 on that one. The Halloween movies, the Jason movies. What else is there? Was it Halloween? Yeah, the Friday the 13th. A lot of them all kind of, they don't tend to drop cheap as chips in the likes of CX. So £3 on this one I didn't think was too bad. So I think that completes the series. Pretty sure behind me I've got Halloween, the original, obviously 1978, John Carpenter, Halloween 2. Then I think I've got Halloween 4 and Halloween 5 on the shelf behind. And then I've got the 2018 Halloween as well in the collection. So there we go, Halloween 2. And those of you that were paying attention, you'll probably realise that when I reeled those versions of Halloween off, I did not say Halloween 3, because there we go, it was one of the ones that I picked up. So absolutely love Season of the Witch, one of my all-time favourites. Probably, when people say to me, give us a top 10 of your horror movies of all time, this one normally makes it into my top 10. So again, it's one that you don't get Michael Myers in, but for a film in its own right, I think it's absolutely superb. So I know it divides opinion within the horror community, but for me, it's a guilty pleasure. I absolutely love it. I've rewatched it dozens of times over the years, so that one had to come back into the collection again. So there we go, Halloween 3. Right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left to go, guys. So myself and Ghost Lou were out and about in one of the local towns yesterday. As always, I looked at the local CEX and managed to pick up some titles that I was after. So the first one that I got, this is one of the world cinema movies. So I don't know if this is it French? Might be French with English subtitles. Can't quite remember. I have seen it once before, many years ago, and it was one that I wanted to rewatch again. So it is Manhunt. Says on the back in big letters, so I can actually read it. One of the most shocking and talked about horror films of the last decade is unleashed in all its bloody, visceral, uncut glory. So, yeah, for £1.50, I thought I'd grab that back and give that a second watch again. So, there we go, Manhunt. And then this was one, again, I think I've seen once before, so part of my re-grabbing of my Asian... Oh, God, I nearly dropped it. I've lost my thread. Re-grabbing my Asian horror films, and it is Audition. So it is the collector's edition in one of these, I don't know, cardboard sleeves. I'd have much preferred it in a proper DVD case if I could, but for now, it's a version that will do. So, yeah, it's the collector's edition, digitally remastered, anamorphic presentation, optimum bitrate for outstanding playback quality, DTS surround sound 5.1, Mika on Mika director interview, Joe Cornish film notes. So nothing amazing extras wise for it being a special edition, but I seem to remember I quite enjoyed it when I watched it originally, so had to re-grab that one. So I do look on the CX app, and where I can pick these up locally, then I do, because obviously I'd rather do that than ordering them online and having to pay £3 postage for each particular title. So there we go, there's Audition. Girlfriend did have a laugh at this one when I sent her a picture and showed her what I picked up. Never seen it before, but just because of the title, I had to pick it up. There we go. And it is Head Cheerleader, Dead Cheerleader. So, say, never heard of this one at all, but based on that title, I had to pick it up. It may be one of those, it's so bad, it's good. So, you never know, but at £1.50, I thought, nah, I ain't leaving that on the shelf. It's one I'll pick up. It says at the top, Film 2000 Shock Horror Collection. Don't know anything about it. Haven't watched a trailer. But yeah, for £1.50 with that title, I thought, yeah, let's grab it and give it a first time watch. So on to the last three titles, guys, and then I shall leave you to the rest of your days. And it is another World Cinema title. Bloody cover reprinted, which was slightly irritating from CEX, but it is what it is. It's the movie that's the most important thing inside. So really good film, this one. I haven't seen it in donkey's years, but yeah, for £3 I thought, right, that's one I definitely want to add back into the collection and rewatch again soon. So there we go. There's Let the Right One In. And then we have, next up is Wreck. So absolutely superb Spanish horror, this one. Probably one of my favourite found footage movies. This one and the sequel, Wreck 2, absolutely amazing. If you're looking for recommendations on found footage films, then wholeheartedly recommend the first two of these. Wasn't a fan of, was it the third one, Genesis? But certainly the first two, absolutely superb watches. So again, for £4 on Blu-ray, I thought, right, that one's coming back with me. And again, it will be rewatched very soon. And then the last one, guys, this is a 4K for the collection. Already have it on DVD behind me. When it comes to my 4Ks, I'm not going to go overboard. If they're titles that are ones that I'd class as my favourites or films that I really enjoy, and I can pick them up at a good price on 4K, then I will do. But otherwise, Blu-ray is going to be fine. But for this one, this is a movie that's always in my top 10 horrors of all time. And it is the original Exorcist. So you can see it's got a slip. So I think they had 4 or 5 copies in this particular CEX, but this one was the only one that they had with the slip cover. So I've gone from years ago hating slip covers and chucking them out to cherry picking ones that have the slip covers on now. So go figure. But yeah, this is the 4K version of The Exorcist, obviously 1973, I think it was. The year of my birth. What a good year that was. So, and this is I think it's a 4-disc edition as well. So I've never seen it before on 4K. But like I say, one of my all-time favourites. Always in my top 10. Potentially my top 5 horrors of all time. So I had to grab this one. £12 in the local CEX, so very much a no-brainer and a really nice upgrade compared to the DVD that I've got on the shelf behind. So there we go. So there we are, guys. That's my my movie pickups for today. So 34 minutes, and not bad for that big haul. So let me know in the comments what your thoughts were. Any titles there that are big favourites of yours, or any that you've not heard of, but based on what I've said, you're tempted to grab them for a watch yourselves. Let me know in the comments. It's always nice to have that interaction and dialogue with you guys. So there we go. I'm going to go and get myself a nice cup of coffee, I think, now, and some tea. So coming up to tea time. So Ghostly will be back soon. So we'll probably chill out and watch a movie or something later. So there we go, guys. As always, please remember to like, comment and subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll be back later on in the week with another video. Bye for now.